I'm at WeWork, Bangalore, which is crazy because I don't work much. Hello, hi guys, how's it going? Like, who knows comedy more than startup people? When on 1,000 rupee sales you say 20 billion valuation. Like, who is a better comedian? One could argue.
So this started a couple of days ago when Mesa team informed us
that there's a masterclass of communication that's been happening on next week Wednesday. And I was like, full day, who's going to take this workshop?
And in the morning, we came to know that Rohan Joshi is going to be here.
And everyone was like literally bamboozled.
Varun announced last week that a popular stand-up comedian is coming to Mesa. I was pretty pumped up. I was like, मैं क्लास जाऊंगा, बहुत जोक सुनूंगा, दबा के हंसूंगा. अगर जोक अच्छा नहीं लगा, मैं वो बाइक पे जज करूंगा. फिर Rohan Joshi pulled out the biggest Uno reverse on all of us. He said his manager, अरे इसको ना हम stand-up show नहीं बुलाएंगे, इसको हम बुलाएंगे workshop. अब ये साथ हमें जोक सुनाएगा. मैं बैठ के जोक सुनूंगा. अच्छा नहीं लगा तो मैं जज करूंगा इसको.
Did you just get on stage to diss me? What the?
Each team of Mesa students will be given 5 out of context images, and they'll have to come up with a way to include them in a serious startup presentation. They will choose a presentation topic of their liking and will then present it to the renowned comic Rohan Joshi. All of this while trying not to laugh themselves.
Oh no. Oh no.
So, now the question is, should every founder have a podcast? But question is, what is a podcast? Imagine 2 people sitting in a room and enjoying each other verbal diarrhea. That is a podcast for you. Maybe you got that. Maybe you didn't. But let's try to understand what is the best thing someone can get from a podcast with him. But the person who is attending a podcast with him, there must be something who is like trying to learn. He's trying to share his life experience, he's trying to share his life achievements, and in the response, all he get is
So, who the real winner is? A founder who has raised 4 million and wants to start a podcast of his own. Or this guy. For somebody to start a podcast, he has to constantly think of the next guest. This guy only has to think of the next coconut. When you start a podcast, do you really think you will be able to connect with your guest like this guy connects with Anamita?
Yeah, again, I really like, this is again a nice thing where on the one hand is, should every founder have a podcast? You knew that you were already going to have a bunch of jokes on founders, etc., whatever. It was nice you spend the first 60 seconds to do a joke on what the fuck is a podcast, right? That's a great this thing, because again, it's one of those things that people have very strong sort of feelings about. What I like again is the way that you introduced this thing of the thing, because it immediately got the whole audience doing it, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And again, it's such an, like the word we use, such an evocative phrase, right? That has a whole emotion, like this thing to it. So you got people going in there. I absolutely say that the way you sort of compared this thing with the guy with the straw, one fantastic example of incongruence, and somehow going from there to lifeblood and distribution of the company is the level of bullshitting all of us should aspire to in a presentation, all right? When you go home today, all right? I want you to remember that one of your class looked at that photo and went, I am going to take this to distribution. So well done, Team 6, well done. Well done.
Okay, तो आज हम यहाँ आए हैं तुम्हें बताने 5 hacks to reduce attrition in your startup. अच्छा, why are we the best people to reduce attrition? Now, there's one thing that I need to tell you. We are from AIT. Yes. So, AIT में actually start किया था 4 लोगों ने और attrition हो गया 5 लोगों वो actually रोहन ने बोला था ना उसकी data skills खराब है तो 120%
वहाँ गया था कल्चर सेट करने, 1 साल के अंदर अंदर AI भी बंद हो गया। और अब यहाँ मैसा आया हूँ कल्चर बनाने, तो भाई लोग देख लो। तो हाँ जी, एट्रिशन की जब बात हो रही है तो पहले सबसे पहला तिकड़म जो लगाना चाहिए, इस खुद की ड्रेसिंग देख लो यार। पहले सबकी ड्रेसिंग देख लो यहाँ, वही जीन्स वही टी शर्ट, कुछ तो क्रेजी करो यार, ये बाबा जी की तरह कुछ तो क्रेजी करो।
Okay, I thought that it started off really well, like with the sort of jokes about attrition, etc. What was nice in the first half of your presentation was your sort of topic and your jokes about the topic also were very sort of rooted in corporate and startup speak, right? Like about attrition and ESOPs and this and that. That was really nice and focused. The other thing that's also very important when you're presenting is, this is when you were presenting, sort of situational awareness. Okay, that's the thing. Which is basically, if you're going to make a joke about तुम लोग वही jeans वही t-shirt पहन रहे हो, sir आप black jeans black t-shirt में हो. It's the same as sort of that acknowledging that I also understand that I'm from this. So it's just situational awareness during a presentation, because this will also happen. You might be in a company that's talking about, you know, your company needs to be more sustainable, etc. Whatever. And they'll be like, भाई तू तो Enron के लिए काम करता है, right? So you want that sort of this thing. Great presentation. Please seek help. Just find a little more coherence, find a sort of way to just smooth things over between your team. A presentation you should feel, even when the person is changing, to the people watching the presentation, it should almost feel like there was no changeover. Like there has to be a continuity, like in a relay race. At no point is there a stoppage of a runner. Other than that, yeah, all the basic stuff that we just talked about, which is streamlining stuff, difference between reference and a joke. And also, yeah, really nice to hear across 12 presentations what you all think of your school. That was awesome. I would carry that positivity in my heart. I don't think we teach our young people enough simple soft skills. I don't think we give those soft skills to people in school. I don't think we give them in college. So if nothing, at least now at this point in their lives, as they want to go to build companies, etc., I really hope that they can sort of get those soft skills. I think that is where an organization like Mesa definitely comes in and plays a huge role.